Welcome to Algo Hour. It's Tuesday. It's 1:03 p.m. Welcome. Episode 40. We made it, y'all.
40.
We made it. We're happy, healthy, excited to be here. We've got a good show for you guys today. We're going to keep it a little bit intimate, a little bit special, a little bit close to heart. We've got the four of us. Rest in peace to Feely. She's not dead, but her heating is. So
her heating said she got called into the Fiat mine today.
Yeah.
We love you,
All her
Feely. We're
plants are
thinking
dead.
about you.
Pour one out for the plants.
I know. I'm sorry. Welcome, Joe. Welcome back for another exciting week. How are ya?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to being here again and talking about some more nerdy dev stuff.
You guys are killing it in the dev section. And then Ted is here with his hat.
Bucket Hat Day.
Ted.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a good old-fashioned Nuggets garb. They got a big game tonight, so you'll find out more in the sports stuff section.
I dig it. I'm looking for my list for some quick announcements because that's how you roll. Today's January 16th. We said it was episode 40. I am on the hunt for the world's most humble guy's wallet, Voy wallet. We owe you some Voy from our holiday special after hours live giveaway that we did. So world's most humble guy. If you're listening, we need your Voy wallet. Also, Sani Hassan, you won 1,000 Akita during our after hours special. And JT Invest in You, we're still waiting for you to either update your NFD or opt in to your Fallen Order that you won during that special. So we gave away like 15 plus prizes, and I think we've got those 3 to wrap up. But thanks again to everybody who contributed prizes and helped with that. It was a lot of fun. We got some people in the chat. Taco's here. Let me get our chat up. That's not the right chat. There we go. Taco's here, and later we are going to review the footage. I have it queued up. Taco and his performance in our ecosystem challenge last week. How many did he get? I sent a slow-mo version of it to the cast so we could try to really make sure that we got them all. Taco, we might need your help. I'm glad you're standing by. We got Vince, Polly Two Hearted here. I dig it. David's tuning in. Thanks for watching, guys. So for the next couple weeks, we have some production meetings scheduled. So for our regular time slot, you'll see us here, but we're going to chalk it out and figure out how, after 40 weeks, we move the show up and onward. There's a hot debate about naming the baby, rebranding that YouTube channel off of IRL, because it's not just me. There's lots of other stuff going on. And there's lots of cool stuff that we want to grow and expand into. So if you have a baby name idea for our baby, which is our YouTube channel, feel free. But also, I'm really interested in the feedback, and the whole cast is really busy, so we thought after 40 weeks, it would be cool to have some open production meetings the next couple weeks and hammer out where to from here.
Amen. Exactly. And emphasis on those being open. I think we're going to try and go and find a way to have as much community involvement, engagement as possible. We obviously value your opinions here at the Algo Hour, and without you, this wouldn't be possible. So shout out to you guys, and shout out to everything that you guys do.
You guys are the best. Okay, it's freezing where I am. It's freezing in Chicagoland too. Yetisville is also very cold. So if you are somewhere cold, I hope you're staying warm. I can tell you one thing that is pretty hot is what's going on in the dev circles. And we've got Joe who's going to tell us all about it. Joe, I don't know how you managed to condense it in a way that I kind of get the gist of it most of the time, but I love it, and I can't wait to hear all about it. Are you ready for our Devs Den?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, hey everyone. Today I want to give a update on something that was announced at the end of December, but I don't think I've talked about it on the show since then because we had our holiday breaks and then our after hours. So a lot has gone on since then. So I wanted to talk about our partnership with the Crust Network. So this is something that I'm sure is going to impact the entire ecosystem as this partnership matures. But basically, for those that don't know, Crust is a decentralized pinning service for IPFS. So anyone that has used NFTs before, you've probably heard of IPFS. Basically, what IPFS is, it's a file protocol that is can be decentralized and allows NFT creators to upload their art or their images to IPFS, and then things like wallets and explorers and dApps can download the image from IPFS and display it to the user. So it's a way to share images for NFTs. And one of the problems with the current IPFS workflow that NFT creators typically go through is they use what's called an IPFS pinning service. And this is basically a service that you pay someone to host that file on their server so other people can download it. Now, as you can probably tell, this isn't a super decentralized way. Even though it's on IPFS, IPFS isn't inherently decentralized. So if you pay some service, like a common one is called Pinata, and Pinata, their servers go down or they get hacked or they lose their data, then no one else can access that NFT. Now, what Crust does, instead of just paying one person to put it on one server, it puts it on multiple servers. So how many servers it's on depends on the network and how popular it is. Last time I tried it, it was around like 40 different servers. But basically, the idea is that you pay once and you have multiple people pinning it. This helps with data redundancy and helps achieve true decentralization while still using the same technology, IPFS, that every wallet and dApp and Explorer knows how to use and interact with. So what's really exciting about this and what the partnership actually means with Algorand is two things. First, we can now pay and log into Crust websites with our Algorand wallets. So if I want to pay for some storage, I can just simply connect with Para or DFly and send them algos, and I don't have to worry about converting to Ethereum or converting to their token or converting to USDC. It's just native Algorand payments. And what's even cooler for those developers, we can now programmatically pay for IPFS storage. So you could have tools like Evil Tools or any of the other great minting tools that are out there. They could implement this. And so now people, if you have a ton of NFTs and you need to pay for pinning, these tools can just integrate that right away. And you as an end user, you just connect your wallet like you normally do, and it'll pay for it that way. And what's exciting about this is that it helps us get away from these centralized services, and it helps keep the NFT and just the general file ecosystem outside of Algorand alive and decentralized and not dependent on other ecosystems. Like right now, there's one of the most popular printing services is NFT.storage. And that's actually completely dependent on the Filecoin Plus program, which is a permission program that pays node runners extra money. So even though IPFS seems like super decentralized right away, you need to decentralize the pinning services. And that's exactly what Crust does. And it's going to be really exciting. Personally, the most exciting thing is just being able to pay an algo. I don't have to worry about like swapping or making ETH wallet or anything to interact with Crust. And like I said, this partnership has just started. So as time goes on, we'll be updating our tooling. We'll be updating Algo Kit. We'll be updating our smart contracts so we can have even more interoperability with Crust. So just want to give an update on that. And as more exciting things happen with Crust and Algorand, I'll be sure to let you guys know. So I'll hand it back over to you, IRL.
That is
Crusty.
so cool. I love that. I love anytime you can pay an algo, but I remember this was a thing not that long ago. where there was a problem with IPFS and Pinata, I think. It might
Yep.
not have been Pinata, but that was a whole thing. So
yeah, that's
cool.
actually what ultimately led to this partnership. Is we were coming together trying to think of alternatives to how we can mitigate this, and I came across the Cross Discord, just messaged them, and then that turned into going to our BD team, and now we have a partnership. So really
Pony
cool
for the
development.
win. I love you. You're amazing. For the record, I think you're awesome. The applause is a little late, but that is awesome. I'm excited. So if you are an NFT artist or project on Algorand or Voy, I'm imagining, because it's like connected, you can pay for your IPFS pinning through Crust.
Exactly. Yes.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
and the idea. So right now, like services like Pinata or Web3 storage, they often have a free tier. So the one downside of Crust is it doesn't have a free tier, but it's very cheap. And so generally, how free tiers work is you get a certain amount of storage. So if you have large collections or you have a bunch of different collections and you have to pay for a lot of pinning, Crust is going to be a lot cheaper and more decentralized than these other more traditional pinning services.
That's cool. That is cool.
Very exciting.
I'm a little
Neat.
stoked about that. Teddy?
When will you start seeing actual NFT projects being able to do what you're talking about?
Yeah, so there's a couple things. So like on our end as a foundation, we need to like update our documentation and our tooling so it's easier for developers to use it. And then kind of the next step, at least in my mind, is going to be start reaching out to like teams like building tools like HighForge or Evil Tools and get them to integrate it as like an option for end users. Because really the goal here is just to make it easier to pin files in a safe way. So it's first on us to make it easier to use that as tools, and then we'll talk to the rest of the ecosystem about actually integrating those tools.
That's
awesome.
snazzy. It's snazzy. And very rarely is it something like I have interacted with before. Like, you know what I mean? I've never typed any type of script unless it's the script font in WordPress. But I have used Pinata before, so I do know what you're talking about. And I'm familiar with the issue, that everybody had not that long ago. That is really cool, Joe. Man,
I see a chat message that says, wait, we have to pay for services from Null. One question I do want to have is ballpark, how much should someone expect to have to pay?
That is a great question that I do not know the answer to. Let me see if we go to...
It's got the research, ladies and gentlemen. Please hold.
I love that Null shared his whole train of thought. Like we just got taken on Null's emotional response to that. Wait, we'll have to pay for services? Free the JPEGs. Okay, now I'm done.
Okay, so I found... So right now, according to the Crust site, this can vary. Like Crust offers a couple of different services. So I think this is just for like the straightforward, pin your file on IPFS. Right now, it's quoted at 1/3 of a cent per gigabyte per year. So very cheap compared to...
okay. And if you can programmatically do this, then that's ad infinitum.
Yeah, and what's really cool about being able to programmatically do this too is it unlocks the ability to, like, I can imagine like a smart contract that is the manager of an asset, and maybe it gets a new trait. And so when you get a new trait in an FT, you have to update the IPFS image. And so now that could be done programmatically while also paying for it as well, assuming you need to pin it. So there's a lot of like interesting use cases that we haven't even like thought of yet. That'll be really exciting as the months go on and the tooling gets better. It'll be exciting to see how people use it.
Well, I'm excited. This is going to be fun. We're off to a great start in 2024. And if I'm assuming this correctly, one of the big things about us getting Python kind of put into the Algo kit, is that something that like this will all just be really easy for a wide group of developers to be able to implement?
Yeah, exactly. Basically, our goal with Algo kit is someone how do I do X on Algorand? You just download Algo Kit and it will hold your hand through the whole way. So whether you're writing smart contracts with Python or painting on Crust, the idea is that Algo Kit will make it as easy as possible to interact with all these different tools, depending on, if you're a developer, if you're an NFT creator, like whatever you want to do, you want Algo Kit to kind of be the easy home base that you can go to.
Fascinating. Well, that's some pretty high quality alpha that we've had just in the first 20 minutes of this show.
I know. Well, and I think, normally we do sports right about now, but I think we should just continue on the alpha train, Lord Luga, and hear about what you're doing with the push-ups. I'm going to bump you into your segment.
Oh,
I may or may not be there. But
Wow.
I'm thinking it's a pretty big giveaway.
it's kind of big.
It's
kind of big.
kind of big. And
A little bit large.
I don't know. Let's talk about that, I guess. But
Let's talk about it.
then when we come back, we'll do limericks and sports. Sound good?
Great.
What time? Oh man, we got
Ready
a lot to get to today. Shoot.
Show
All right.
quick.
Let's go.
Hello and welcome to Who Is Active Right Now, the only show where doing push-ups can win you, as of right now, $580.
What?
67 cents.
No way.
That's right. Do push-ups. You get that much money.
All right.
The
So
USD though.
what do you have to do? To be eligible for this drawing that you're doing at the end of the month, you have to do a push-up, one or more. One or more.
One.
Post it to Twitter with the hashtag
Algo.
AlgoActive.
Active.
Okay. And you have been putting up some
At
push-ups.
me, so that's easier. Yeah, I lost track because Kirby threw off my numbers, but we're up there.
Blame Kyle. Sure. That's
I mean, well, so I had fun, right? And I was like, I'm gonna add Akita and I'm gonna double it if Kirby joins.
Mhm.
And Kirby was like, I'll double the double, and he sent me like 882 Algorand. I was like, what are you talking? Why did you just send me 800 Algorand? But he was like, no, we're doubling both. And I was like, oh, I thought we were doubling the Akita, but we doubled the Algo. So
Oh my gosh.
It's a double. It's insanity.
Shoot.
So when I was
not feel
planning on
guilty
being
for doing some push-ups now.
I'm planning on it only being 1,000 Algo max, maybe
Right.
slightly more if I broke 1,000 push-ups in the month. We're now pushing it to 3K and 3,500 Akita. So like you are set. Like this is an Algo package. Like if you are brand new to Algo, if you haven't touched it, this gets you in the door in a massive way.
So it's all going to go to
into
one
NFTs.
person.
One
Winner
person
takes
is going to
all.
win all of this. That's going to be insane.
All right. So if you want to win this sweet, I mean, it's a come up package, basically.
Oh, it really is.
It's a come up.
Huge.
Um,
It's definitely going to hit 3,000 Algo.
do some push-ups because that adds to the pot. With every push-up, the prize gets bigger, right?
So only my push-ups count.
Oh.
Because otherwise it'd be like over 100 plus every day. And
Yeah.
I don't
Good for you for getting them
bad.
in. I'm trying to do them right alongside you. I do 1 to every 100 or so.
You're 1 to 10 right now. I do about 30 every day, and you're doing 3.
It's happening, man. But they're. I'm trying really hard at them. It's the quality, not the quantity. Don't you know?
You're doing them slow. You're doing them intentional. Like you're doing them very well.
And lots of people are getting in on it. So Kirby's was amazing, and hopefully that pops up. Enroll's just got theirs in. Mine, I got mine in today before the show. You got yours in. And I liked the background music. I did not bother to put any music to mine, but it brought me back to listening to a CD in the back of my parents'
going
car.
For a 90s vibe today.
It was good. I like it.
Kind of feeling it.
I can dig it. And then Andrew Higgs has been on fire, and you were lucky that we're not matching that too. Like, right?
That's
He's
the point,
putting them
right?
up.
He alone would put up 1,000 Algo.
And it's not like, oh, I'm just doing push-ups. He's like, oh, I just got done with my circuit training. Him and Iz does that. Iz is like, oh, I just ran 11 miles and then I did get some push-ups in.
It's unreal. That's unreal.
So I love it, but this is the only way you can get Algo active. I love the push-up initiative, but Enrolls posted some dancing. Feely's always great for sharing. Rumi made me laugh out loud.
Oh my gosh, Rumi was fantastic.
So I'm not gonna lie, when I saw Kirby's and said it was spectacular, the sound was not on.
Oh, you didn't even listen
I
to it.
missed it first time around. It
Oh,
didn't disappoint.
it's so good.
Yeah.
And he gets the
So-
King Gabriel involved. Like,
I know. How huge was that, right? He's like a popular guy on the interweb, right?
He's massive. Yeah, he's
I think.
like a king of crypto Twitter. Yeah.
He does a lot of shouting though, right? Is that
Oh,
his
so
thing?
much shouting.
A lot of shouting. Okay. So this guy that was, big for shouting got in on it. And I was trying to find that one, but
he's
this
my
is the one.
inspiration. He
This
tries to
is
make
the
me
one
money.
that got me off my butt. I was like, oh
That was the
man,
one?
I don't feel that good, and you clearly are much more sick than I am. I better do some push-ups.
Yeah, it's running through the whole house. Like
Yeah.
every child is vomited.
Yeah.
3 a.m. the other night. It's been rough.
AJ Confidential. He's like, man, I want that price. I'm gonna do some push-ups.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Who else has gotten some push-ups? And I'm looking for
We
Kyle.
got a
I
lot
don't
of
see
Dale.
it. I haven't seen any of Dale's.
Yeah, Dale always replies to me.
Dale,
So he's always like in my thread.
use the hashtag, man.
And then we gotta get the hashtag
I'm missing
going.
out. Okay, here's the main thread, I think. 36.
Yeah, he's insane. Dale is shredded.
It's so like unassumingly shredded too. Okay, here
I
we
know,
go.
He hides it. He doesn't
Here
flex it.
is Kirby's. I don't know if everybody can hear the sound or not.
The dolphin jump is so good.
So good.
Like look at that. Oh man. And then Gabriel should be right below him. Gosh, it's so good. So we were on a Twitter space. So me and Sudal do a Twitter space. And Kirby was like, I'm not gonna do it. There's no way I'm doing push-ups. So I was like, no, you're doing push-ups. And I know how to pull you into it, and it's with Akita. So I was like,
He'd do
add Akita
anything
to the
for
fight.
the project, yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, dude's so dedicated.
I don't know
this
if
is
you guys
Gabriel
can
Hayes.
hear
It's screaming the whole
the
time.
noise he's making, but it is Kirby's was really funny.
So well done.
I'm not going to say Kirby did a better Gabriel than Gabriel because that would not be nice, but it was good. So if you want in on this madness, do some push-ups. All right. I appreciate it, Luca.
Anytime. I love it.
All right, back to our home screen. Let's find it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so last week we had Taco on the show. We got to meet Dora, which was huge. I just love them. They're the sweetest. But I have it queued up. I was having some issues with the audio. Let's just see if this works. Oh, no.
We were in
That
the
did
Twilight
not
Zone
work.
for a second. I kind of like it.
Give me just a second, though. I'm going to just pull it into this scene instead because I don't know if y'all know this, but I can totally do that kind of thing now if I remember what I named. That
Do OBS live. Listen, I can do filler while you figure it out, and I can yell at Ted and Joe and say, "Why have you not done push-ups yet? I want to give you both
You know
3,000
what?
algo."
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you read us
Do
some limericks? I'm going to.
Push-ups.
Oh, no. I don't know.
Do push.
Load. I had to look up what I named it. I'm sorry. Okay.
Are you gonna do push-ups, Ted? Are you gonna commit to them?
As a reminder to anybody listening in, these are NFT projects, DeFi projects. Sorry.
I don't want to do the push-ups for the contest, but if you give me your number, or I'll just DM you my push-ups every day privately just to make you happy.
What are you embarrassed? What are you
Yeah.
worried about? What are you really?
Ted, I have seen you topless with signatures all over your chest.
How many drinks do you need before you're not embarrassed?
I need Jaws to send me a video saying that my form is actually good. So
You're really worried about the foreign police coming after you?
Oh, yeah. Teddy.
They do. They came after me, so I had to do them on dog stairs.
Well,
Oh man. Okay.
I will. I
well,
will send
think-
you some, and I want a professional form opinion, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, okay.
Personal
Okay.
training
If I
session.
approve, then you'll do them.
I'll think about it more. I'll think about it more.
I did them on my knees one of the times that we did push-ups,
That's
and
cool.
people tried to hate on it, but I don't know. I love you for you, and I think you should get in on it. Give it a shot. I think if you tried hard enough, you could get your cats to do a push-up.
Oh my
All
gosh.
the faith in you, Ted. You
I'll push
can
up with
do
your
this.
cat on your back.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do a couple push-ups. Ballpark, how many should I do for the video to like really impress you?
One or more.
Yeah.
Okay,
Who are you trying to impress?
you.
7. 7 would impress me, Ted.
All right, 7. There we go. That's
Yeah.
7
That
good
made me
ones.
feel less impressive.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I've been doing 3. Feeling really good about it. It's okay. It's more than 1. All right. So here's the challenge for anybody that's hung out with us this long in the episode. If you're in the live chat, I'm going to play back last week's Tacos Ecosystem Challenge. I want you to listen in for yourself. Tell us how many you think he got. I got to say, I'm stuck. I know how many things he said, but I'm not sure what all of the things he said were. So I'm going to play it back for everyone, and y'all can tell me what you think. But as a reminder to anybody listening in, these are NFT projects, DeFi projects, community-led, collective projects, gaming projects, taco projects. You name it, we got it on Algorand, and this is just a really fun way.
All right, I'm ready.
All right,
the clock
on your mark, get set, go.
Bartle Dude, Doofy, John Allen Woods, Taco Coin, Freckle, Flipping Algos, THC Token, Aloe Para Chips, Patty Man Humble Vestige, All Trade Packed, Foodie City, Coop, Deathly Opulus, Akita, Superior, Womp Crew, PDAT, Stocks, Peps, Treats, Sharpox, Cometa, Algo Hour, Frugal VC, Butts, Scout, Barster.
Oh, okay. So how many did Taco get, guys?
Was it 32?
Okay, so I counted 32. Taco,
Yeah.
you killed this. I did not know that was possible. But I think Ted, so I do have it played back. Hold on. Please.
In between Womp and something.
Yeah.
He says like PETA.
Confused between Akita
Like
and
pita
I think
bread.
Allegra is Land of Allegra, I think is what he's referring to.
Not the nasal drug.
Probably not. That would not be an ecosystem challenge, but I do have it slowed down. So I want you all to listen to that. And then after Womp Crew, PDAP, is that a dev tool? I don't know. And then I think after that it's Fox, like the Foxy, Shep, Treats, and then Shark Hawk. I don't know of a Shark Hawk project.
Shark Hawk.
So I'm going to play it slowed down a little bit for everybody again. Let's really focus. We can come to consensus on this. I believe.
Bartle Dude, Doofy, John Allen Woods, Taco Coin, Freckle, Flipping Algos, THC Token, Aloe Para Chips, Patty Man Humble Vestige, All Trade Packed, Foodie City, Coop, Deathly Opulus, Akita, Superior, Womp Crew, PDAT, Stocks, Peps, Treats, Sharpox, Cometa, Algo Hour, Frugal VC, Butts, Scout.
Okay, so
I'm not going to lie. That didn't help me at all.
Yeah,
No?
no idea. That told me nothing.
I don't know. Playing it in slow-mo is a thing they do in sports, Ted. That was supposed to help us.
Normally they don't slow-mo the sounds. They just slow-mo the pictures, okay?
There's no spelling bee slow-mo.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Did it say Frex at one point? I'm pretty sure I heard Frex.
Okay, no. So I got Bartledew, Doofy, Jaws, Taco Coin, Freckle Dev, Flipping Algos, THC Token, Aloe, Para, Chips, Tiny Man, Humble, Vestige, All Trade, Pact, Foodie City, Coop, D-Fly, Opulus, Akita, Allegra, Womp Crew, PETA, I'm going to take out, if we can't figure out what that is, Fox,
Yeah.
Shep, Treats, Shark Hawk, I don't know.
Shark. I think
Cometa,
that's there.
Algo Hour, Frugal
There's a
BC,
Shark
Butts,
Casino.
and Ka.
Okay, so taking out PETA, what do you get? What's the score?
31.
All right, hold on. We got to check in with the chat. Let's see.
Oh, chat, yeah.
Someone should confirm the math that he's talking about the algo, but jumping
Oh,
back.
PDAT is press algo.
Oh, okay. So that one, yeah, press.
Oh,
Writing it down
okay.
because it makes it official. And then, so just to clarify, Noel's talking about a 2 megabit image would cost 1 micro algo a year. Okay. Shark Hawk NFTs. Are those a thing? Those are a thing?
I don't know.
PDAT
Never
is
heard of
press.algo. Algo Yeti weighing in. I appreciate it. Taco, can you help us out? I want to give you credit for every single
Oh, there's
one.
AO Sharks. Algoshan. Maybe? AO Sharks?
Sharpens knives on Algo. Well,
Wait,
Shark Hawk sharpens knives on Algo. Okay, so that's a thing.
that really
And then, did you say Fox and Shep before treats? I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie. I heard the first time you said chips, I heard kibisis. So I did have to listen to it a couple of times. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Was it Kiss Bits, I think?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 32, I think, is the
32.
final count.
32.
Taco, congratulations. That is amazing. You managed to list 32 ecosystem projects in 30 seconds. That's amazing.
That's unreal.
I think it's great. Good job all around, Taco. It was epic. We have the flashback now, so we can watch it whenever we want. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. But shout outs to you. You want to do flex time or sports first, Ted? How you feeling?
You pick. You're in the driver's seat today.
Today I get to decide? Oh man. Oh man, oh man. All right, let's do flex time. I'm in it.
The booker.
Hey, we're back. I think we've got our flex time stuff up. Let's see if I can find it.
Got to adjust
Before
the
we get
windows.
into the Twitter flexes, I do want to give a sad update that my ledger has died, which is why I haven't done any new flexes recently. Luckily, I have my phrase backed up, so I'll be able to get control back of all my accounts. So it's not the end of the world, just an inconvenience.
I thought we were going to have a funeral for that wallet, man. That was scary. Okay.
Yeah. No, luckily I have everything backed up, so it shouldn't be a problem.
And you know where it is, and it made it through the move, and okay, because you just moved, and you're like, oh, my wallet completely died. I'm like, oh man.
That's so spooky.
Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna buy another ledger for the time being, and then once I get that, I'll be able to do my pup grades and probably buy some new NFTs and stuff, so I can finally start flexing again.
Poor Joe, he's stuck talking about the IPFS link pinning features, and like he cannot even mint or buy an NFT right now. So you're missing out. It's been kind of a big week for NFTs. So let's just give the page a quick refresh. I changed my PFP to one of these dorks, which
the dorks.
They're boy dorks. I feel like Algo dorks were this immature project. It took the creator months for me to just get past it. they were the person responsible for dorks. It's just like it took months to get past that on a personal level. But these are amazing, and I really like them, and I like Narrabit a lot. And I have a feeling we're going to see a few of these, but Feely didn't miss out. So these are in Voy. I got to say, I minted mine through HighForge with a Kibiscus wallet, and I didn't have any problems. It was like silky smooth. It was very cool. I'm not saying everything's there yet. Like, I still want to see stuff in my wallet, and there's other things I want to be able to do, but just the mint process with the whitelist token, it was smooth. I was like, ooh. So that's just my little feedback. Feely did not miss flex time, even though she's stuck at the fiat mine. Los Tios Mortos. So these are the dead uncles.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were out
yet.
yet. I had seen pictures, but I'm a
They're
little
slow
in
releasing.
awe.
I think they've only sent out 10 of the 99.
Okay.
Fact check me. But yeah.
You know, Sundays are family days for us here in IRL land. So I always miss their weekly party in Deco fam. But that's dope. I posted a PBG2 Feely. We'll get to it, but I'm like, I'm legit a little jelly of that. All right. Lugo, what are you flexing here? A Algo?
Yeah. I'm excited about Algo. They have a new quest thing.
Okay.
And it's purely in Discord. Super easy, super chill. And you can buy NFTs with your XP, so it's not like RNG, where you're like, oh, I got another shrimp stick. Thanks, Stitch. You know? You like actually like, I want to buy Coop. Ooh, I can buy Coop with my XP. I want to buy a Scully friend. Oh, I can buy a Scully friend. Like,
so it's like
cool.
It's like a kids arcade prize counter.
I mean, like, it's NFTs. Oh yeah, like you get raffle tickets and you like.
Yeah. You can cash them in, like you said, for Coop or NFTs or whatever.
Oh, there's all kinds of things in the shop. Yeah, there's like tax.
That's cool.
There's a Lundy tier 3. You have enough XP. So like send your Malgos. You literally just have to click join quest and how many you want to send, and it's done. Like, and it's all in Discord. You don't have to relink a new wallet. You don't have to check a website.
And that's Meowgo.
That's the Meowgo.
And then you got a Shiba Friends. Is that what they call them? A Shiba Friend?
Yeah, Shiba Friend. So I have the whale Shiba. Now I have the whale friend. So I'm building whale trifecta.
Ted, did you get a dork? Did anyone else get a
not.
dork? Am I the only whale here?
You're the only dork.
I completely the dork mint on Voy completely surprised me.
I feel like I need a whale crown right now.
Yeah, Haruf loves you more than us.
You can be Queen Whale. And
Queen Whale.
That nickname can be what you want.
I feel like somehow when I say whale, it doesn't sound as bad as when you say whale. Somehow size seems like a thing when, I don't know.
Like look at that whale queen over there.
Yeah, I need to do more Algo active.
I can't talk.
In real life, I have been on a chocolate chip cookie kit. I have made hundreds of cookies in the last month, like chocolate chip cookies. And so I am feeling a little whale-ish, like for real. We're gonna need to do a summer whale slim down when the weather thaws. I need it right now. It's cold out. We're hitting zeros where I live. I'll take the extra cookie. That's fine. But all right. I'm a whale, but I'm a dorky whale. It's not like a large whale because of cookies. I don't know. Okay. NFT Flex Time, Thirst Over collab with Yeti. It's epic.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that.
What? Oh, I saw this when it came out, and it was amazing. But yes, it's epic.
Is that Eddie? Oh, that's so cute.
Aww. Taco minted Adora.
Oh.
That's cute.
Oh.
Okay, so I saw a post from Native earlier in the week. Might have been yesterday. I don't know. He was like, what traits do you like in NFTs? And I was like, well, you need to be watching NFT Flex Time on Algo Hour, bud. But one of the things I have said I have liked, and one thing that I have said I don't like is in here. So it's not a fan of Dorks V1. I'm not going to lie.
What do you not like about them? Huh?
They just seem
The really big black box.
It's safe.
it just doesn't seem that clever. It doesn't seem
Oh, it's not.
inspired.
It's not scientifically proportionate.
I think I heard the origin story in a Twitter space, and it was a drunk Twitter space was the origin story.
100%.
So
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
just
literally
seem
like,
not
can we do
inspired.
this? Yeah.
But this V2 series, I tell you, I dig it, and I like the PBGs. So win-win. I don't
Some
know
of the
if it's
best
what-
things come from some of the worst things, in my experience.
blast.
Yeah.
You know what though? Yeah. And I was a little scared he was gonna say you had to hold a V1 to get a V2, and I was like,
I hold a V1.
fingers crossed. Mike's got an addicted rabbit and a gnome. I don't know enough about these gnomes. I still am also trying to suss out this sus project I learned about last week. I don't understand it.
Same.
No judgments. I just haven't wrapped my head around it. I don't know very much about this gnome project, Manor. So if you want to fill me in, definitely let me know. Let's see. D40 in our chat, and also flexing here. So that's kind of fun. You showed up both places at once. Love the art,
Wow.
clean, edgy, a whale, checks all my boxes. And that is, let me roll it down. So I gotta say the cigar tree is not one of my favorites, but I do like the puckering shirt.
I'd buy that
Wait.
shirt.
He ate
What do you
too
mean
many
by a
cookies.
puckering shirt? What is a puckering shirt?
Then weighing in on the chat. Oh, let me move this over. Fun stuff.
I'm not sure what a puckering shirt is either. But it's
Do I need a puckering shirt?
I do not know what a puckering
Does it
shirt
make me
is.
look better? Is it like a puffy shirt?
It pucker. No, it's generally not flattering, I don't think. But then you said pucker
Generally
shirt, and I
not.
thought of those bubble shirts everybody wore in the 90s. You know what I'm talking about? They look like this big, and then they stretch out. Mrs. Luga would know. I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to stop doing stuff with my
That's a
hands today.
Google thing. You're trying to teach me stuff.
Little Royal still image. Oh, it's a sus Little Royal, which is cool. I just haven't figured it out yet. More sus showing up. And then Polly Two Hearted. It's a Hoi Poof? Okay.
Wow, the hoi poof. That's
Oh,
fascinating.
you got the hoi poof? Oh, that thing's clutch.
Wow.
There
It's like the bad guy
is-
from Spider-Man.
There's
His
something
name is
cool about
Dr.
that.
Otto Octavius Ted.
I
Bad
like
guy.
it.
Jeez.
I like the texture, like you can see in his face, and like the metal actually looks shiny and like that's cool. Polly Two Hearted, nice flex today, buddy. Then we got DC Perp, the Metal Marvins. I have got to say, I was in the Twitter space that's going to be starting in 10 or so minutes that Rand hosts weekly. And I saw Ross's new PFP. He has a custom bot from Mars. And it is so good. And I'm so jealous. And I need to find Mars and ask him how I get one because it's really good. So, side note. Yomo got this dork. He flexed it, I think, last night. I like it. He looks like I wouldn't mess with him. Like,
He's
No.
been in the streets.
he's somebody's
seen like that.
uncle. And, like, yeah, you're going to get an A on that report card if he shows up to parent teacher conferences. He just looks, I don't know, something about him smug in a good way. And then here is mine. You can read them and weep them, guys. I got the purple background. I got the gold skin. I got the sensor bar in the right place. I just was really
What, do you not
happy
like
after
eyes?
that.
Are you anti-eyes?
I like that it plays on the Anam thing, right? Like a little bit.
Oh.
Like I'm so famous, you know, you had to I'm redacted. I don't know. It seems fancy. I dig it, and I like the purple background. So, you know.
Fancy.
Teddy, what do you think about this week's flexes? Are you just sitting there real jealous you didn't get a dork?
Yeah, a little bit. Definitely have some FOMO, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm just kind of. I don't have anything else to say other than that. I really like the different colors. It's interesting. colors for backgrounds, because there's a lot that you can do with that, even though they're all kind of the same general 12 colors. But what, like the hue and the tone that you do with that and how that contrasts with the actual NFT itself,
Right.
definitely requires some experience, I should say, because it's very easy to be like, oh my God, this neon green is just awesome. And then like you look at it for a week as it sits in the collection and you're like, oh, that's a bright boy. But other than that, yeah, no, it's a great week of flexes this week, and a lot of interesting new traits that I think Dork has provided. I really like how it doesn't feel like the same canned 65 to 80 traits. The sensor bar, some of the different shirts, even the hats and whatnot. And I think part of that's the nature of having something like a whale that's anthropomorphized to look like a human. Is that?
Yeah,
I'm trying to use more vocab words.
That's good. Anthropomorphic.
But yeah, that's
My
two
Joe's
cents.
sitting there jealous. He's just like, stupid Ledger. Just kidding. You love your Ledger. It's great. Okay, so I'm digging the PBG. I like the classic YBGs, the backgrounds. Sometimes the traits get a little bit busy on some of the generative series, so I like that when they seem thought out. It's not just like a click to generate. It's like certain layers were compiled. I know Thirst does that and did a little video a couple weeks ago about how you select those traits and like how you layer them and how maybe if this trait's applied, this trait goes underneath it. Like some really cool ways to mint those types of series. So it's all good. I think Teddy's dying to get to sports. We do have some limericks as well. I don't know if we'll have time for them. Should we keep them for next week, Luga?
Yeah, save for next week. No, don't have to do it anymore.
Next week. So next week we have scheduled a reminder to anybody listening in. These are NFT projects. Whoops. Sorry about that. So as a reminder, the next couple of weeks, we're going to have open production meetings in place of our normal show, but we'll still do limericks and give away a prize. I think that'll keep it fun. So, get through the meeting part and we'll play some games. It sounds fair. Teddy, you're going to close this up with sports, though. Does that sound good to you?
That sounds great. Thank you guys all for a great show, IRL, Luga, and Joe. And I'm happy to be the bookend today.
I dig it. Well, like I said, at the top of the hour, we're looking for a couple people's wallets. Next week, we've got the production meetings starting. We're going to take it to the next level. I feel like we've hit this really cushy spot with the show where, I don't update the scrolling text that says what day it is or what episode number it is. I'm just noticing. And
hey,
we're in this.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
So we'll talk about what's next for the channel and the show. We'll reset all our sponsorships in a fun and exciting way. We'll give you more ways to collaborate with us. So yeah, I'm excited about it, but we'll let Teddy take it away with sports. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Luga.
Thanks, IRL.
Thanks, Amy. Why not? Why not?
Welcome to the sports stuff section on a special bookend special. We've got a very interesting set of news for you guys today. The coaching carousel this year for NFL and college football is absolutely insane, featuring a wide spread amount of my personal stars that I used to watch kind of coaching when I was a little kid. Not that was really what I was paying attention to. All of a sudden kind of retire. Leading off on that, we have Nick Saban abruptly retiring from college football after the national championship. The 7-time national champion and the 11-time SEC champion is college football royalty. The 72-year-old simply didn't have enough stamina to navigate the ever-evolving college football landscape, especially considering the NIL and the changes to player compensation. Always the traditionalist, Saban has previously warned that these new rules will create a landscape of haves and have-nots, dependent on the bankroll of the boosters and the alumni, not the actual school's success itself. Nick Saban's retirement from Alabama threw college football into a chaos, creating a ripple effect as teams try to kind of figure out what to do next. Washington's coach, Kalen DeBoer, is who the Alabama Crimson Tide have tapped to be the replacement for Nick Saban, and they did it in very quick fashion as well. This left the Huskies scrambling for their new leader, and who they picked as Jed Fish from Arizona, who just guided the Arizona Wildcats to their first 10-win season in years. His hire is seen as a solid choice, especially considering the lack of flashy names available this year, but replacing DeBoer and navigating the Big Ten will not be easy. Jim Harbaugh holds the cards similar to as the NFL. Jim Harbaugh's future at Michigan has caused a little bit of an NFL coaching ripple effect as well. His rumored interest in the NFL, specifically with the Los Angeles Chargers, and that could just create a whole paradigm shift in the landscape as well. Michigan's offered him pretty much the boat, the house, and the neighbor next door, and that's still not enough. We'll see how that continues to progress. The other main head coach that I wanted to talk about retiring was Bill Belichick, except for it wasn't quite a retirement. Unlike Nick Saban, Bill doesn't look like to be retiring, but his 6 Super Bowl victories and throughout his 23 years with New England is something that has cemented his legacy as one of the greatest coaches of all time. However, after a 4-13 season that featured just a single win in Gillette Stadium just back in October, that was enough for Patriots Robert Kraft and Belichick to mutually part ways. Your interpretation of that is as best as mine. While currently his future is unknown, the Atlanta Falcons have taken the opportunity to interview him right away, trying desperately to figure out how to turn their franchise around, as they have struggled ever since Bill Belichick beat them in the Super Bowl following a historic comeback. With that said, the betting favorite appears, in my opinion, to be Dallas, who still have a head coach on their payroll, Mike McCarthy, but after another lackluster playoff performance, we'll see. The only question would be how Jerry Jones and Bill Belichick share organizational control, as Belichick is traditionally the de facto general manager, something that Jerry Jones is as well. Kind of looking at some of the other coaches, we have the Seattle Seahawks have elected to relieve Pete Carroll from coaching and have promoted him to a front office position, which we both know that doesn't really mean good. And Pete Carroll actually commented on that this decision was not mutual, and non-football people were the ones making these types of choices. Interesting, because now technically he is one of those non-football people now. The Seahawks are interviewing a medley of offensive defensive coordinators and should have a coach within the next 2 weeks. And as I alluded to earlier, Brandon Staley is out in LA Chargers. The Chargers, who have one of the better teams and with some great talent such as Justin Herbert and Palm Trees, they're seen as one of the more attractive jobs available this coming offseason. But there are salary cap concerns, as Justin Herbert's contract is finally starting to hit into the tens of millions of dollars. There's hope in that maybe Herbert will restructure his contract to something that's a little bit more team friendly to be able to compete with the division rival Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Now, quickly, we'll move that on over to the NFL playoffs, as we had a wild 6-game stretch. Home teams were 5-1 this wild card weekend, which featured a Buffalo Bills stadium that battled over 40 inches of snow over the weekend, involving it being delayed, I think, from a Saturday to a Monday night game. And a Kansas City Chiefs matchup that was negative 20-degree temperature with the wind chill. And lastly, a Matthew Stafford homecoming in Detroit as they hosted their first playoff game in Ford Stadium. Starting from the top, we had C.J. Stroud defeating Joe Flacco and the Browns in Houston. Final score 45-14. Major highlights include Joe Flacco's 2 back-to-back pick sixes on consecutive passes in the second half, which really put the game on ice. Speaking of ice, the Dolphins in Kansas City were completely frozen trying to take on the Chiefs. With several defensive studs out, such as Bradley Chubb, the Chiefs were able to play their brand of football, and they had it their way, like BK. While Tyreek did score a touchdown in Kansas City, that was his homecoming, it was the only touchdown that Miami actually scored. Final score 26-7. The Lions and Jared Goff beat Matthew Stafford and the Rams in Detroit in what I believe was the best game of the weekend. Further cementing head coach Dan Campbell's legendary run turning around the Lions. This was a team, by the way, in his first season, starting off 0-10 and 1 tie. And then the following season, he started it off 1-6. And if you don't remember from last year, they were close to making the playoffs, but they did end up spoiling the Green Bay Packers' path to the playoffs, which was something that they were very proud of. Dan Campbell's 8-2 start this season led Detroit to the 3 seed, and now a divisional matchup against the Bucs. Jordan Love crushed Jerry Jones and the Cowboys' dreams of successful playoffs. Despite having 3 consecutive 12-win seasons, the Cowboys are once again out in underwhelming fashion. There are questions at the head coaching position, at the quarterback position, and everywhere in between. Final score 48-32, but this game was way more out of hand as there were 2 last-minute garbage time touchdowns from the Cowboys that did not matter. Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love have their toughest test yet, playing number 1 seeded San Francisco in San Francisco next week. Lastly, we had Jalen Hurts and the Eagles getting clobbered in Tampa Bay 32-9. Even the legendary tush push was unsuccessful as Philadelphia was unable to convert a 2-point conversion. There's criticism amongst the coaching staff as they lost 6 out of their last 7 games to end the year, including some abysmal losses down the stretch that could have literally prevented them from even playing in this game in the first place, where they could have gotten the 1 seed and thus a bye. We'll see. Baker Mayfield looks like he's having the time of his life leading this team to the playoffs, to a win. He's someone that's looking for a long-term contract and has certainly revitalized his career after an underwhelming start in Cleveland and Carolina. Lastly, for our final story, we've got some NBA check-in here. We're approaching the midpoint point in the NBA season, and I wanted to kind of give a quick look out on that as well. Something definitely just kind of has been really interesting. Just teams that we thought were going to be low or poor are doing very well. Teams that we thought were going to be doing very well are doing not so well. Boston Celtics will start off are undefeated at home, 19-0 and leading the East with a 31-9 record. Milwaukee is 28-12, but has appeared shaky at times with a lackluster defense. Damian Lillard has absolutely been stunning for their offense. Most recently, he had a game winner from about the half court. Unbelievable, keeping them afloat. Philadelphia's Tyrese Maxey has proven to be the best partner for Joel Embiid yet. Big game for them tonight as they play Jokic and the Nuggets in Philadelphia. We'll see if Joel has the ability to repeat what he did last year, which was a dominant performance, played it like it was his Super Bowl. In the West, we have Minnesota surprising people by maintaining a chokehold on the number 1 seed, including a 5-1 divisional record. Oklahoma City is also being surprising, with Chet Holmgren looking like the rookie of the year by a mile, has been absolutely stunning, and that's despite Victor Wembanyama's freak skills. The Nuggets look poised to repeat as they are on track to, on pace with their championship pace last year, with less questions about the starting lineup. And, there's some questions about the bench, but has been bolstered with veteran leadership. Kawhi Leonard re-signed with the Clippers a few days ago for an additional 3 years, which was one of the big questions that I personally had about the Clippers and their upcoming offseason. He's played in nearly every game, and his availability has been pivotal to their hot start. Historically, too, that has not been his strong suit or his so that's good to see that he's at least being healthy. And finally, we have the Lakers, Suns, and Warriors all floundering. I was going to do little segments for each one of these, but to be honest with you, you can kind of lump them up all together. For the Warriors, you had Draymond Green getting suspended for 12 games. That's not including the 8-game suspension that he had for putting a man in a chokehold during a game. And you're looking at LeBron James and Anthony Davis trying to carry a Lakers team with little role players that are being functional outside of them. Gabe Vincent's out, but Gabe Vincent shouldn't be the reason why they've only won, I think, 4 games since their championship in-season tournament win. And the Suns are just struggling to get healthy and stay healthy. Bradley Beal hasn't been able to be a consistent force on the floor, and they really emptied out a lot of their role players, acquiring Bradley Beal as well. Just the payroll of paying those 3 top guys just makes it hard to build around. So we'll see if they can go and turn it around. But in the meantime, it's fun. They've got a couple months of runway to try and work out all the kinks, and hopefully by All-Star game, they will be in a little bit of a better spot. I could go through and talk to you about the 4-33 Pistons, but I'm looking at our clock, and I think that's the time. Thank you, everyone, for coming in for an awesome Algo Hour. I appreciate you all. And yeah, that's the sports stuff section. IRL, hit the credits and the outro music. Thank you, everyone, and